Hey, it's Chris Cashman in Pioneer Square with a super idea for Super Sunday. You can't make it all the way to San Francisco for the game? Watch the Hawks win right here in Pioneer Square at our new brewery overlooking the stadium. I can even smell pizza. It's gonna get messy. I'll tell you all about it tonight on Evening.
Score vintage Seahawks gear from a one-of-a-kind Seattle store.
This is a prime piece for sure.
An Evening rewind to the original 12th man. Meet the only Seahawk to wear a 12 jersey. And expert tips for creating the perfect kids' room.
And welcome to the show from Seattle's original neighborhood, Pioneer Square. We are in the historic Rail Spur building just downwind from Lumen Field. The neighborhood is alive and well. It's thriving. It's buzzing in part thanks to James Beard award-winning chef and author Renee Erickson. She and her team are at it again. I smell pizza. There's even fine dining and, yes, a brewery. Word has it this might just be the best place to watch your Seahawks win the super big game this side of San Fran.
Yeah! Go Hawks!
The neighborhood is buzzing.
This is your job.
There we go.
They just can't hide their pride.
We're just excited to be part of it.
3 new ideas, 1 shared philosophy.
When we get opportunities to build out spaces, we take it really seriously, and we try to deliver something special to our guests.
The latest ventures from James Beard award-winning chef and cookbook author Renee Erickson and her team bring pizza, beer, and an intimate dining experience side by side.
Yeah, so the project is like a 3-year-long project. So we chose to do this kind of as a reason to try to, support a neighborhood that we love and revitalize it in a way that I think, we're super proud and excited to be a part of. Un Po Tipsy is a New York-style sliced pizza joint. It's local ingredients as much as possible, local flour that's milled in the Pacific Northwest. Cheeses from the Skagit Valley.
We're eating here.
Okay. Trying to have something that is affordable and delicious.
And My Oh My, or Mio Oh Mio, offers an intimate, art-filled dining room with just 32 seats.
This is such a dynamic neighborhood. We wanted to make sure that we had kind of something for everybody here.
Lowlander tips a pint and a hat to the building's legacy. For decades, the space was home to FX McCrory's.
To the extent that we were able to, we tried just to kind of leave the building alone.
The neighborhood's newest tastes. Just in time for Super Sunday, now open.
What a cool new spot here in the heart of Pioneer Square, and you can literally see Lumen Field from here. And speaking of which, do you have your Seahawks gear yet? You want something retro? You want to prove you're one of the 12s before 12, as they say. This is the stuff you're not going to find in the team store. We went treasure hunting.
If you are a fan of secondhand Seahawks gear, we've found your person and your place.
Rio Estolas, we're at Throwbacks Northwest.
Since 2008, this Capitol Hill store has been taking sports fans back in time.
Here, people like to get things that not everybody else will have. It's like, here you can get an authentic vintage piece, something from actual 80s, 90s, sometimes even 70s.
This family business, that's Rio's son Isaac helping out, is busier than ever now that the Hawks have punched their ticket to Super Bowl 60.
People are going crazy over Seahawks. We can't keep the Seahawks clothing on the racks right now.
What vintage Hawks jerseys are in demand?
Walter Jones, Sean Alexander, I would say.
Steve Largent.
Yeah, Steve Largent. Matt Hasselbeck.
Yeah, Hasselbeck for sure. We just got a couple. Brian Bosworth. I haven't seen a Brian Bosworth jersey for years, actually. That's a cool one. I kind of want to see one of those.
Yeah.
Cortez Kennedy.
Oh, yeah. Richard Sherman even flies off the rack.
And this lambskin coat? It's the rarest Seahawks collectible in the store right now.
This would definitely be a holy grail item. Jeff Hamilton, and it's a reversible. It's got the original tags, and this is early 90s. The guy who made this jacket, he did the championship, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. He's done jackets for Madonna, Michael Jackson. So he's basically the guy when it comes to jackets. This is gonna be my favorite thing right now.
The price?
I don't even really wanna say, to be honest.
What can you buy now that might be worth a lot later? Anything that's one of a kind, like these t-shirts, not vintage, that sell out the instant they hit the shelves here.
This is Eazy-E wearing the Seahawks hat.
Vintage fan wear is a long game. The upcoming Super Bowl will create some future classics.
Those things will all hold value in the next 25, 30 years for sure.
The best thing about being a secondhand Seahawks fan, each one of these pieces has a story to tell.
People come in, just the conversations that I have, people come from all over the world. They see a specific jersey, it brings them back to a game that their dad took them. There's always history and nostalgia and memories, and hearing that from other people and having other people share their stories is always like so cool to hear.
Wow, who would have thought the retro jersey is more valuable than the new one? So let's make it a teachable moment, kids. Hang on to those jerseys. Might be gold tomorrow, or better yet, go sell it back to Throwbacks Northwest. No matter what number you wear on your chest, there was actually only one Seahawk to actually wear the number 12. Saint caught up with the original 12th man in this 2015 Evening Rewind.
Here, down. Put your thumb in your left pocket.
In 5 minutes outside the Seahawks practice facility,
But Sam, how many times have I dropped it?
None.
Sam Adkins completed more passes to me than he did in his entire NFL career. And yet,
You are still the only Seahawks quarterback to have his jersey retired.
That's right, and unfortunately I had nothing to do with it.
a 10th round pick out of Wichita State in 1977, Adkins was the only Seahawk player to ever wear the 12 jersey.
Unfortunately, when I was playing, you couldn't find a 12 jersey anywhere. All you saw was 10 and 80.
The jersey numbers of starting QB Jim Zorn and receiver Steve Largent. The Hawks never made the playoffs during Sam's tenure, and remembers telling a reporter the number 12 had something to do with it.
As I said, you know, the Seahawks will never win the Super Bowl unless one of two things happen. I become the starting quarterback or Jim Zorn changes his jersey to number 12.
Sam had a point. Between 1972 and 1980, every Super Bowl winning quarterback from Greasy to Staubach to Bradshaw to Stabler all wore the number 12.
There was quite the run going on.
A year after Adkins finished his career, the Seahawks retired the number 12 in honor of the NFL's best fans, the 12th man.
Well, you kept your jersey in good shape, though, didn't you?
Oh yes, yeah, that's why they gave it to fans. Never been used in the game. It was nice and clean. It wasn't damaged, and said, here you go. There's a nice clean jersey for you.
Has any fan base embraced a number like the Seahawks Nation and the number 12? It flies high above the Space Needle, can be found on the shoulders of thousands of fans, on flags waved at rallies, and even as the middle name of a Port Angeles girl.
And her full name, Sidney Lee, 12th man.
Tell me, what is it like just for you to see so many 12s wherever you go?
Yeah, it is so fun, because when people find out that I was the only guy to be issued number 12, it's kind of a fun little trivia deal.
Holy catfish, Sam Adkins, the original 12th man, retired and still living right here in Washington.
You do like pink?
Up next, expert tips for designing delightful kid spaces, and an artist using small figures to tell big stories.
Wow!
Local stories make a difference.
That's good.
With the power to enrich lives, strengthen communities, and make us smile. Evening is made possible by Primera Blue Cross. Primera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
You're right on time. Welcome back to the show from Seattle's original neighborhood, Pioneer Square, now home to the newest brewery, Lowlander Brewing, just downwind from Lumen Field. They're going to be hosting a big old party on Super Sunday. Come watch your Seahawks win right here. All right, changing gears from the Seahawks to more princess themed. It's a hard pivot, as they say, but it's inside season, so let's embrace it. Designer Carrie Peterson has some tips on how to create the ultimate kid space on At Home with Carrie.
Do you like pink?
I do like pink.
You do like pink? Today, I'm designing a room for one of my most honest, imaginative, and fearless clients yet. And she's 3.5 years old. With a baby sister arriving in 2 weeks and a little brother at home, Kiona is stepping into her big girl era. And today we're translating her dreams into a space that is completely tailored to her.
This is gonna be so sugary.
This is where design gets really fun. Kids don't speak in fabrics and finishes and paint colors. They speak in imagination and stories and play. My job is to translate that into a space that works for now and later.
It's all gone.
Oh, Thank you so much. Kiona says she loves purple, so we're choosing versions that feel soft, not overwhelming. She loves to read, so we're creating a magical book wall with molding and wallpaper. And she loves princesses, so we'll have a gallery wall of Disney princesses with an art light and a crown cornice above her bed. Which one's your favorite princess again?
Ariel.
Ariel is your favorite. Okay, so we have to have her. Everything we choose for kids has to be beautiful, but also sturdy, soft-edged, and anchored. Because little bodies move fast and don't always watch where they're going. Safety also means emotional safety, a room that feels calm, not chaotic, a place they can grow into, not out of. If you're designing a kid's room at home, here's what I always tell parents. Let them choose, but with boundaries. Design for who they are now, but leave room for who they're becoming. And remember, mood matters more than a theme. This isn't just a bedroom. This is the beginning of Kiona's big, beautiful story. And I have a feeling it's going to be amazing. 2, 3, crash!
That is going to be a legendary princess room, and I have seen many. You can find Carrie's design company, KP Spaces, online and more inspiration on her Instagram. We head now to Capitol Hill, where an artist is taking on a really big subject in the smallest way imaginable. Saint has the story.
A recreation of Edward Hopper's Nighthawks. A coffee cup full of meerkats on alert. A worried woman surrounded by anxiety in the form of penguins. All the work of artist Derek Lynn.
Every little feeling, every emotion of yours matters.
When we first met Derek in 2017, the digital marketing strategist was entertaining 50,000 Instagram followers with often delightful observations about office life.
There are always the little things that make you love your job just a little less.
Now, after COVID, layoffs, and losing his father, life hits differently, and Derek's getting real.
Our life is not always positive. There's a lot of insecure, vulnerable feelings we typically hide, and I choose to spotlight on them, our true feelings.
Feelings like isolation, loneliness, and aging.
I started thinking about if I could convey the sense of fatigue from life travel, journey in life.
From his one-bedroom apartment, Derek builds a scene featuring an elderly man on a ferry. Using basic props like books and a blue pencil, he takes hours and hundreds of shots.
Just to get to the right one.
A self-confessed couch potato, Derek dreams of travel. His one-inch characters see the world. They've been to Lisbon, sunny Santorini, Greece, San Francisco, all without leaving the apartment.
The play with focal point, the visual trick, the forced perspective is apparently enjoyable to my followers.
Derek now has more than 100,000 followers waiting for his posts.
Are you always thinking of the next photograph?
I'm always thinking the next 5 photographs.
5?
And the one I hate or the one I love the most is always the one I'm working on.
Big subjects, small figures, and always a positive slant. Derek's little corner of the internet feels a lot like life.
You're not doing this to be famous.
No, I think it's part of my own therapeutic journey. I do these to help me look at my life, to help me process all the life events I have. It's an icing on a cake that people love it. It just makes me happy that some people on the internet appreciate this.
Thank you, Saint. Derek says he would love to have a solo exhibition right here in the Pacific Northwest. And until then, you can follow and celebrate his work on Instagram. All right, time now to change it up. I should be wearing camo. We got to head to the Washington State Event Center in Puyallup. The Washington Sportsman Show, January 28th through February 1st. And they are honoring veterans and members of the military who attend the show with a discounted $8 ticket price and free parking. That offer extends to one family member as well, so just present your valid military ID at the box office and thank you for your service.
The local country band trying to get the attention of the Seahawks. And a toxic professional relationship takes a horrifying twist in the new movie Send Help. Evening is sponsored by the Washington Sportsman's Show.
Follow King 5 Evening on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for exclusive broadcasts, extras, and giveaways. It's your direct line to Team Evening and the best of the Pacific Northwest.
As an executive, I see no value in you. Does that make sense?
I'm sorry, what?
Hey, this is Saint with a warning about how you treat other people in the office. As director Sam Raimi's movie Send Help shows us, you might really need them if there's a big plane crash and you both wind up on a desert island later.
Are you gonna hunt a boar? Linda from accounting?
Rachel McAdams, a fan of Survivor and Alone, worked with survivalist Kylie Furneaux to prepare for the role.
She taught me how to make fire and spear a fish and use a knife for all kinds of different things. Weave the pond fronds and make shelter. You ever hunt? I think I like it.
In a life and death situation, who's going to be the real boss? The critics like this one. Send Help has a 92 rating on Rotten Tomatoes and opens in theaters Friday.
I don't think we should ever leave.
And welcome back to Evening. I'm Chris Cashman. We are hanging out in Pioneer Square tonight, now home to Lowlander Brewing. That's right, this is the old FX McCrory space. Game Day Legacy living on, and they're gonna have a big viewing party Super Sunday, so consider that. All right, speaking of Pioneer, if you're a country music fan, you owe it to yourself to know about a local duo. Saint shares the story about the hardest touring brothers in the Northwest.
It can be hard work having this much fun on stage, but for more than 10 years, the Olsen Brothers Band have been bringing their brand of country rock to every corner of the Northwest.
We love just getting to share our music with a live audience.
We like to bring the energy, have a really good time.
You and me that day watching the sunrise.
Raised in Summit Lake outside Olympia, the brothers won a national songwriting contest in 2013 with a song called Sunrise. They've released half a dozen albums, opened for country music superstars, and been the featured artists on Band in Seattle.
Who brings what to the band?
I bring, the looks and the bad jokes. I bring a lot of the bad jokes to the band.
Well, I grew up where I can't breathe.
Luke does a lot of the melody and the songwriting, and I do a lot of lyrical stuff when we write together, and we switch off on that sometimes.
The Olsen brothers may head off to Nashville now and again, but their hearts are here at home. Like their song says, these local boys will always bleed evergreen.
The Olsen brothers have turned to the internet. They've got a social media campaign going on right now. They want to make First Down the Seahawks' official walk-up song. Here's a cut from Facebook. Very cool. Look and listen for First Down on social media, and be sure to let the Seahawks know if you want to hear more of it.
Now in our 40th season, Evening shares local stories that make our community shine. Evening is sponsored by Pemco Insurance. Pemco empowers the Northwest to prevent the preventable. Learn how at pemco.com.
Welcome back to Evening from Poughkeepsie. Slices hot and ready. We are on the outskirts of Pioneer Square here, just downwind from Lumen Field. Don't adjust your television set. That's Lowlander Brewing, now open as well. Sports fans, they've got you covered. Skiers, ski ballers, pinballers, everybody, they've got you covered. Big Super Sunday viewing party here as well. And speaking of your Seahawks, you know they got a drone show planned for you. You didn't know? It's this Friday. It's happening at Seattle Center. It is free, and you can watch it from your couch. We're going to air it right here on King 5, starting at 6:30. Also starting next week, Evening and New Day Northwest are teaming up for special shows during the Winter Olympic Games. You can watch New Day at the Games starting Friday, February 6th at 3 p.m. And just like that, we are out of time. Thank you so much for watching the show. Thanks to our friends here at Lowlander Brewing. Come grab a pint or when Poughkeepsie. They got a hot slice ready for you right here at the Rail Spur building. Until next time, go Seahawks.